I'm not someone that thinks automatically, hey, they scored a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, 90 seconds left, two timeouts for Buffalo. Josh Allen's going to get them this field goal and the game's going to end in regulation. I'm not one of those people. I thought there was so much momentum headed Baltimore's way and in Baltimore's way that entire second half that they would have got the stop, the game would have went to overtime, and Baltimore would have won that game, and we would all be sitting here talking about, holy cow, what a comeback by Lamar Jackson. They were down 21-10 at halftime, and he brought them all the way back, and he overcame his mistakes. He overcame Mark Andrews' fumble. What an incredible performance. He just stamped himself like, okay, you want to give him MVP over Josh Allen? What a great performance by Lamar Jackson. Instead, and I'm not ripping those of you that are doing this or were doing this. I'm just telling you the truth about what was going on. Many people spent yesterday rooting against Lamar Jackson. And they really weren't rooting against Lamar Jackson. They were rooting against that clown, Ryan Clark, who has turned Lamar Jackson into a race soldier. And Lamar Jackson's not a race soldier. He's a great quarterback. As soon as that game was over, what did Josh Allen do? He ran over to greet, console, congratulate Lamar Jackson. Those two guys, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, have an incredible respect for each other. They've been dragged into this racial conflict. Lamar Jackson is not Muhammad Ali. And Josh Allen isn't Rocky Marciano. We're in a new era. It is 2025. These two guys have nothing but respect and admiration for each other, and it's the media that has pitted them against each other and pitted sports fans against each other and stopped people from fully appreciating, in my view, just how terrific Lamar Jackson was yesterday, how epic that comeback was. And yes, Mark Andrews wet his pants and dropped the 2-point conversion, wet his pants and fumbled in the second half. And yes, Lamar Jackson had an interception and a fumble in the first half. But Lamar Jackson was terrific. That game was terrific. The Lamar Jackson, in reality, he outplayed Josh Allen. Josh Allen today should be happy they won, but someone should be talking to Josh Allen about, hey, man, don't go slap Sean McDermott and Joe Brady. I know you want to. I know you're irate, Josh Allen, because Sean McDermott, your head coach, and Joe Brady, your offensive coordinator, did everything to keep you from winning that game yesterday. They wrapped you in a little protective bubble and pretended like, oh, we got to prevent Josh Allen from winning this game. We got to prevent Josh Allen from blowing this game. Josh Allen, in my opinion, going into that game, was the MVP of the league. It's not a shot at Lamar Jackson, but that's how I felt. If debt has been holding you back, this is your moment. Give your finances a fresh start. Contact PDS Debt for a personalized debt solution. If you're making payments every month and your balances aren't going down, they have solutions for you. Bad or fair credit? No problem. PDS can help you save more and pay off your debt in a fraction of the time. Get a free debt analysis right now at pdsdebt.com/fearless. And then I watched that game and I'm like, who does Sean McDermott and Joe Brady, who do they think their quarterback is? Who do they think carried them this far? Hey, look, I like James Cook. And I got Tony Romo's, handful of jokes, let James cook. But even Tony Romo figured it out like, hey, man, turn this game over to Josh Allen. You've got an MVP quarterback. What are you doing? You're making this man play quarterback with his hands tied behind his back. You're running the ball on first down every single time. You're afraid to let this guy pass this team to victory. Josh Allen, at one point late in the fourth quarter, had 90 passing yards. And so there was one quarterback who was responsible yesterday of putting his team on his back. Now, I'm not saying Derrick Henry and what's the kid, Hill? What, is it Justice Hill or what? The other running back? Holy cow. Every time they ran the ball, they were 6-7 yards a rip. But late in that game, and in the fourth quarter, Lamar Jackson went and put a cape on and did everything to put Baltimore in position to win. And I feel sorry for the people who couldn't enjoy that because they were so caught up and so concerned, like, oh my God, if Lamar Jackson wins this game, all I'm going to hear about for a week from ESPN is, oh, it's the era of the black quarterbacks and it's never going back. And we got 4 black quarterbacks in the AFC and NFC championship games. They were going to racialize this whole thing, and white quarterbacks are dead, and black quarterbacks have taken over, and these black quarterbacks have been denied for so long. And yes, we must talk about the history of discrimination that these quarterbacks did not endure. We must talk about what Warren Moon endured in order to appreciate what Lamar Jackson is doing. No, we don't. I lived during the Warren Moon era. I lived during the James Harris, Los Angeles Rams era. I lived through it all when black quarterbacks couldn't play the position because they were denied unfairly. We're not in that era anymore, and it's been a long time since we've been in that era. And I don't need it shoved down my face, everything that everybody in the past endured, for me to appreciate what Lamar Jackson is doing. Because once I start having that conversation, then I'm going to start putting all the context around it. And now it's not going to be a celebration of Lamar Jackson. It's going to be a conversation about what did they do to the game to make it so easy for all these running quarterbacks. This is what Ryan Clark and the race clowns have done. Instead of being able just to enjoy Lamar Jackson's greatness, they want to turn it into the oppression Olympics and draft Lamar Jackson for that oppression Olympics when Lamar Jackson has not been oppressed. Now, I'm just sorry. In football, when they give you the Heisman Trophy and they give you 2 NFL MVP trophies and they give you a $200 million contract, you're not oppressed. You're blessed. And so if Ryan Clark and the other race clowns want to go on TV and talk about how blessed Lamar Jackson is, I'm here for it.